So we are live Friday night hangout at Valhalla, and um, there's nothing. Let me. I guess I need a microphone. Maybe you can hear me now. So, as I said, welcome to Valhalla Friday night DIY hangout. So, I'm still working on the Baby Core XY 3D printer, which you see on the screen behind me. Also, it's on the table behind here. And you're feel free to ask anything about anything DIY, 3D modeling, reverse engineering, 3D modeling in general, 3D printing, whatever. And we have a chat somewhere. The Guinness is here. So we don't have so much delay now as last stream, so I think we can get the questions more running in a better way. And let me know if the sound is okay. If there's any, let me know if there's anything wrong with the sound, because this is not my strong suit doing these streams. And also, I guess there are some background music. I can turn that off if it's annoying. I don't know. Oh, it sounds fine. Okay, thanks. So I'm gonna just grab something to drink. So give me 30 seconds and I will be back, and I'm gonna talk about the next some challenges I found during prototyping and the importance of prototyping so early in the design stage. Well, early, maybe exaggerating, but yeah. Anyway, it's important. So, just a second. Okay. Not too many watching at the moment. That doesn't matter because I'm gonna do this anyway. So you might still, the ones showed up, you might still watch what I'm doing, and I'm gonna talk about it. And we finally figured out how to attach the belts, and that's now on the printer behind me, and that seems to work fine. Everything looks great, except what I did experience is that the X carrier, it wobbles, so it kind of rocks back and forth, because I don't actually have these flaps, which you see here. I don't have those on the prototype. And we can open the carrier to have a look. Let me get the last iteration X carrier for us. So this is what I have now on the printer. I can bring it over. You can have a look. So this is what we have now, and it wobbles. The support is not good. So we need to add some more support structure, and that again we are challenged by printability, and we can look into that now. Let me just open this carrier. So here's the carrier. I also made some sort of hot end mount, and actually I think this fan solution is looking to be quite clever. We can add a blower up top, and this whole cabinet behind the hot end is actually our fan shroud for cooling the heatsink. I think this can be a good solution. We can use a blower up top here, a 3010 blower, which I have ordered. And I have tested that we don't have any leakage down here, because we don't want air to come down to blow to into the hot zone. The only air we want down here is for the filament cooling. And I'm now talking about cooling the heatsink, so we avoid clogging, so we don't get heat creep. But I need to travel back in time, so let's do that. Let's travel to some time ago. So what I took some advice from you guys. It's very nice of you to follow you that follows to give advice, and I actually implemented a hex bolt here for holding these guys in place. So let me have a look, see, because now we need a bolt here. And since we are adding that bolt before we add the wheels, we can't really access this bolt afterwards, and then it might just turn itself around or fall down or whatever. So it's nice to just have a hex bolt here, which will keep itself in place. So you can add the nut up top. The Guinness, you have questions? I forget to look in the chat, I'm sorry. I'm not really like an expert. I don't consider myself an expert on 3D printers in general. I just have a good understanding of mechanics, and deltas is not at least that's not my expertise whatsoever, and I don't have any experience with deltas. they look they look very great when they work. It's like a robot, and it is a robot, I guess. But of course, there's complexity. Uh, and the reason why I don't have a delta is because, like, I ask myself, why would I want a delta when it's more complex? There's more calibration. There's more movement going on to achieve the same thing. And usually, when things get complicated mechanically and electronically, mechatronics, then yeah, usually complexity tends to be problematic in the long run. So if you just want something that works, we could just do a simple i3 build, Cartesian style, like the Prusa. I don't like the bed moving. I don't like the bed moving at all. That's why I like Core XYs. So yeah. So Guinness has 1 delta and 3 Cartesians. Yeah. MP, welcome to the stream. Yeah. So I can't really tell. I can't say about deltas versus. I think it's totally different machines, but do the same thing, sort of. Yeah. So, but they look great though. Maybe I will build one someday, but for now I'll stick to the Core XYs. So let me move on with the X-Carrier, which has some flaws, some design flaws. And this is only by prototyping I could discover this. And I'm really happy that I discovered it so early. Doug, welcome. Yeah. So what we need to do on our X-Carrier, we need some more support. And I'm gonna try to illustrate what I'm gonna do, and I'm actually gonna do it right away. I'm gonna print this part later. I'm also gonna start heating up the wicking. So I need to start my wicking. It's on, I can see. So let's bring in our Duet web interface. Duet web control. And get it heated. So I'll just start heating it. Actually, I'll just start heating it to 90. So it can get the build plate can get heated good before I start printing. Okay. Let's do this. So let's bring in the fork, and then we can kind of do this with the fork on. So here is the fork. So this is what we have. This is what we have. I made something over here to try to implement tools changing. It was not successful, but it's a start. So let me just get rid of those. And here, actually, we do have I already started something here, so we can utilize that for supporting the fork. What we need to do is support the fork, really. What we have on the Viking, those of you who have seen the X carrier on the Viking, which is very, very busy, not easy to print at all, and I want try to make something simpler, but let's see where we end up. Anyway, I want to move this guy. I'm just gonna delete it and I'm gonna make another line here. So let's do that. And I'm gonna do the same on the other side. There's no point on mirroring that. And let me see. We need to figure out. Let me turn on this sketch. Where is our sketch? Here is the sketch. I need to figure out the distance. Here. So this is just a reference, but it's 21. So we know our linear guide, or the V slot, is 20, which leaves us with 0.5 millimeter clearance on both sides, which I think is okay. So I want to extrude some of these. Maybe we don't need these ones. Let's just have a look and see. And we want to go down at least 20, I think. Lucky. I think the dog wants to be on YouTube as well. He's messing with my legs. Yeah. Okay. So this is something I want to try, but now we get a problem. Because, you know, I don't know if you remember, but those of you who did see me print this part before in the vlogs, I printed it like this. Now we cannot print it like this anymore. So yeah, we probably, since this is one part, let me just hide those. Let's look at the X carrier only. So this is what we have, and it's not easy to print this upside down like this. But that is probably what we should do, and that means we need to change our design again, and it means that we probably should reverse these guys. So let's do that first. Let's just reverse these guys. It's over here. So instead of going up, we can go down. We can go negative, let's say 3 millimeter. Oops. We are going cut like that. That also works for us. And now let's mirror that. Which means we need to look at this guy also. Then yeah, let's just keep on building on that. Actually, I'm gonna remove this one. So this is what we have, and we want the notch to go down, because we can't print this on its head. That's totally fine. It's not preferred, but it's not causing a big problem. So let me go back again. Let's bring these parts also, these profiles like that. And then we want to add, oh, something happened. This is what we want. No, it's messing with me. Sorry. Okay. And then let's bring the sketch back on, and this is the sketch we want. So let me hide the wheelbase and just extrude these guys down. Negative, let's say 2.9. Like that. Which means we still have these slots which keep this from sliding around, which we need. We probably now should also, let me hide the wheelbase again. I probably should give these a pull at a negative 0.1 at least. So we need some clearance, we need some tolerances here for these parts to fit together. So if we go inside, let's do some inspection here to have a look inside, just to have a look at the oh, we don't need the inner one aside to it. Let's just stay here and have a look. I can remove the inner pull, but then also we are going clear on both sides because our 3D printing is not that, you know, we need some tolerance to play with. So that should be okay, I guess. And then some fillets and just let's just mirror that around. Okay. And then let's go back to our new build. Still we have these issues printing it upside down. Because then we would need support here, which is kind of it makes for a not pretty surface finish, and it's something that will be seen. So maybe we should actually do something on the top here. We can extrude this. Let's do a sketch here and just project the whole thing. And let's make a circle here like that and just finish, and then just extrude everything up actually it's 6.25 and do a join there. We can still access the tension screw, but now we can print it like this. So that's what I'm aiming for at the moment. As you can see, we do have some tolerance for the fork, which we need. It's about 0.25 millimeters. And hopefully this might be, you know, it actually helps us in a way to add the hot end mount Now we can make it. It makes for easier implementation of hot and swap or tool changing. So that's nice. Let's bring in the locks again. And yeah. And for those of you who just showed up, I made this fan shroud, which actually also is the hot and mount, which we can use at the top here. We can just use a blower, and I already prototyped it, and it works really good. I should wish I thought about that before. It's a very nice feature. If I mean, I don't have the fan, but I'm waiting for fans so we can test it, and then it might not work, but let's find out at least. So this can yeah. Any thoughts? Okay. So the only thing to do right now, I want to add some chamfers here. I'm a chamfer guy. I liked my chamfers. I don't like these sharp edges. Lucky is making noise in the background. Yeah. I think we just leave it with that. Should be okay. So let's print this. Let's print it. Just send it to my library. Just replace that. Cooling problems? With this solution, this looks good. This solution looks really good. But I haven't tested it. I don't know. But I tried blowing into it, and the air seems to like blow really good onto the heatsink. Gonna open Cura. Okay, here we are. So let's bring in the X carrier. And as you can see, for those of you who've been 3D printing, we can't really print it like this. It would not be a good choice to print it like this. So we want to turn it around like this. It's a better choice, I think. And we are using PLA. We are going 0.25. Yeah, nothing special on the settings. I'm going to do support touching build plates. And I guess we don't need a brim here. I might even turn the supports. Do we need supports here? Let me have a look and see. Let's slice it. I'm not sure we need any supports. We need some support over here. Yeah, of course, in the center here we need support. Yeah. Probably could do without the ones here, but let's just leave that. No big deal taking those off anyway. Let's just print it as is. We can make some more changes to this if it turns out that it works good. I think I want to get rid of this feature I have on the side here. Let's do that before I print it. some kind of feature I have here. Okay, so it's over here. Can't find it in my timeline. Give me a sec. Not sure where I have this. Strange. Must have made that way back. I think it's over here maybe. Yeah, it was. Let me just delete it. I guess you didn't see that behind myself on the screen. Let's just get rid of that one. And what you can do, I'm not sure if all of you know this. I'm gonna read the comments in a second. But when I re-export this now, I just export it once more and I replace the old file. You can go to Cura and you can just hit F5 and slice again, and then it's updated. So this is what I want. So I'm going 3 perimeters and just some 20% infill or something. And yeah, let's just hit play and upload it and have a look at the chat. Frederick, hi. I used some of your suggestions from the vlogs, so I guess you didn't see that I implemented your suggestion for the hex bolt up here. Thanks for that. Nice feature, I think. Put a chamfer fillet on everything, yeah. Fillets don't really print that well, but well, they can in one direction, but not the other one. So it's the hot end. It's for a 3010 blower actually. I have some 3010 blowers coming. So this opening is designed for a 3010, and I don't even know if it's if I can place it where it's supposed to be. But you know, this is just very early concept, but I really like this. I'm gonna bring it over. I'm gonna show it to you. So, I don't know if you can see this. So, here is the opening for the blower. And I can take off the hot end clamp and we can have a look inside. It's actually really nice. If it works, I mean, it's a great great choice, I think. We do build a little bit outside, so the hot end will be further out of the X carrier than having the fan on the you know, outside. But let's just see if this is a good design choice or not. I don't know. Yeah, the 3010 blowers are not so accessible, but they do exist. I can show you where I ordered mine. doing two things at the time here. Lucky, don't eat the... Hey! So, my dog is eating his bear. Okay. So this is the opening. So we are blowing air into here, and then everything is coming down and out this way. So let's add the heatsink. So when we add the heatsink, it closes the bottom, so the air cannot come out here. So it has to go out this way, where it's supposed to go. And then we can just lock this in place like that. I think it's, you know, if this works, it's probably a good solution. What do you think? I don't know. Maybe it's just in my head. Let's find the blowers I ordered. Probably you paid for those. The supporters, and anyway, you know, the coffee supporters and the patrons. So I ordered 3 different ones because I don't know which voltage I'm gonna go with. So we are going with 5 volt, maybe good. Also have ordered 12 volt and 24 volt. If we can implement 5 volt fans, I would like to do that. This is what it looks like. No, it does. It actually builds less. I can bring the fan. We can have a look. I mean, this is what we had. We are not. I'm answering Frederick's questions or comments. The ventilation speeds narrow. Yeah, I don't know. We have to figure it out. We just have to try it and see. So this is what it looks like. With like the original fan shroud and everything, and then if we, I think we actually are building less, much less actually. Even if we have to expand this, we are much. The only thing that's negative with this solution is that the hot end is somewhat further out from the x-axis, from the x-carrier. And if the x-carrier wobbles, then we get more a lower tolerance print, more not so good. But if we have a rigid system, that should be okay. So, of course, if we had the fan on the side, like this, it doesn't go all the way in. Then we are looking about building about the same amount. So it's worth investigating, I think. I've been thinking about that for like half a year, 6 months or something. Yeah. No, let's just see. I want to investigate that design choice further, and we have to test it. We want to make sure that there are no leakage on the bottom of the heatsink down into the hot zone. But anyway, we can get these fans, but probably they are crap. So we probably should get some from the DigiKey or something. I don't know if they have it, but there are several places to buy decent fans. Blower. Let's have a look and see if we can find some blowers. AC fans. We need DC fans. Why are there no DC fans? Fans, accessories. Yeah, this would take a while. I don't think we should use time on that now. I'd rather just talk about... Oh, let's have a look and see on the Viking what is going on. I totally forgot I started the print. Oh, something's wrong. We didn't get... we did not... We did not get our first layer down. Let's stop this print. I totally forgot. So let me go and fix that. I'll be back. Yeah. I probably should add some baby stepping and have another start. I'm not sure what you mean, MP, with your question in the chat. The problem is that the top will be cooler than the bottom. I don't think so, because the air will blow down into actually the bottom and then bump back up. But then again, it wants to go out the easiest way. So, but it will have speed downwards. It will be blowing downwards, and then it will be kind of want to air out here. Where it should be. And the most important part is that we do get cooling on the heatsink. It doesn't matter if it's like, we don't have to cool like the lowest part here. We need to cool the whole thing. There's no air up here, coming out up here. You can't really see that. We can have a look in the COD and see. I can show you on the Infusion 360. I just want to watch my print start first to see if everything is okay. The delay is better, Benedict Sim. We have a little bit of delay, but not so much. I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna go into our fan shroud and see. So let's just hide the X carrier. Here we are. Let's add some colors to it. So we can see more clearly. Okay. So if we have a look from the backside, you can go inside here. This is what it looks like from the back. So the air cannot, go into the heatsink at these points. It needs to travel from the top here and down to the heatsink. And probably it wants to travel all the way down there. But then it's easier to go out between these ribs. And I think this will make for a good cooling for the heatsink. I don't see any issues with it whatsoever. I don't see any problem that all the air will leak out on the top and not go down to the bottom. I don't see that at all. But MP is not convinced this will work. Okay. Yeah, maybe it will not, but let's find out. And if you have a suggestion for improvement, please let me know. Of course, we can close more up here so the air doesn't go like. I mean, we can extrude these parts. Something like this. I don't know if that helps, but let's just figure it out. I think it will work great, but I'll have it in mind about your concerns about the cooling not being good. We can also have a look from the side. If we go into the hot end like this, so this is what it looks like now. It's a bit tight. I probably You know, there are some stuff here I want to get rid of, not supposed to be there. So this is more what it looks like now. And probably this wall could be thinner, so we have more space down here, but I don't think we need more space really. Fan on the side, yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure what you mean really. But anyway, if we are blowing air down here now, it will of course, some of the air will try to leave up top as this at this ridge. But of course there's more air which can't release its with all the air cannot slip out at the top, so it will travel down and it will slip out between the ridges all the way down there. And of course we need to cool the whole heat sink, and if we look at what they have now with this cooling system, it's not really rocket science, and it's a really bad solution. But yeah, I can try to modify this a little bit more to get more of your to relieve some of your concerns about the cooling and such. So yeah, that's what I have really now. How is the print going? So it seems like we have our layers building, and the wicking doing its job. And I think basically I've done what I planned to do. I redesigned the X carrier for those of you that showed up late. We did some. I can just recap real quick. Can just go show all like this. So what I figure out, just to recap everything, my design did work, but it did not work good, because we did have a side wobble on the x-axis. It means that the X carrier, while seen from the side, it wobbled from side to side because it had no support around the fork. There was like only a few millimeters of support up top, nothing down below. And we added these flaps to the X carrier, which again led us to extend the top so that we can print it upside down like this. Because if you remember, we printed this guy like this, and our design was like this. So this is what we had. But adding the new features, the new side flaps, we cannot longer print it like this, or of course we can, but it will be crazy amount of support and yeah, not very good. So then we extended the top of the carrier and we can print it this way. So that's what we are doing now. And I'm probably gonna do something so we can I'm gonna do something to these red fields here so we can print it without support as well. We don't need support for these guys. We need for the center here actually. Yeah, I'll figure something out. But that's what I got for now. If you don't have any questions, I'm gonna wrap this up. We've been live for an hour or so, 55 minutes. So, any questions? Aaron, welcome. How are you? Usable rail and wheels, if it's printable. Wheels, probably. I think wheels could be done quite well. It's hard to get the V good. There's a slope there at 45 degrees. I think it can be obtained if you do use, say, low layers, 0.1, 0.15, something. I think it could be wheels that will work decent. The rails, I did print some rails and I didn't like them. I guess I could tune it better. I can print them, but it takes a while, and I'd rather just buy those rather than print them. You know, they get in the printed material, they get wear and tear really easy, and then you have to change them from time to time, and it's better just to buy some aluminum, I think. No, acetone smoothing will destroy your tolerances. You can't do that to some rails because you will lose the dimensional accuracy of the part. So ABS, it doesn't matter what filament you use for the rails. I think actually PLA would be good because it's very rigid. PLA doesn't flex, so probably some of the best properties for rails. Rigid, yeah. So guys, I'm gonna wrap this up now. Not so exciting today, but thanks for showing up, and I'm gonna come back with another vlog on how it's going on with the baby, and I hope to really get progress going for this weekend. And we already have where did the wee baby go? There it is. We already have movement, so I'm gonna try to show you that. So let me bring myself up on the screen. So here's the V-baby now, and we have movement. It's quite nice. So the motors are holding back quite a lot, but movement is really nice. I must say, I'm really happy with the movement here, and the belt path is great, and everything is great except of the wobbly X carrier, which we are now printing new. A nice little baby Core XY. I really like this machine so far. I hope you do as well. Have a nice weekend, Frederick. Catch you guys.